All right, so if you order the optional cable guides with your Rainier Express screen, your package is going to come with 2 cable tension brackets, either wall or floor, depending on what you ordered. And then it's also going to come with 2 cables. The cables come at 20 foot long each. I've personally cut one of them down just to make it easier for the video and install. To figure out the length I cut it down to, I went from the bottom of the bracket down to the mounting brackets are going to go just below the sill, so then I added an extra foot just to make sure I had enough. All right, so the first thing you're going to want to do is feed your cable down through your bracket. You're going to notice there's a raw end and then there's a stop on one end. So you're going to feed the raw end through your bracket up here. And it goes right in through the hole on the bottom side of the bracket. Pull that through till the stop holds up there. And then you're going to want to come down and feed it through the hole in the end of your hem bar. And then that'll give you an alignment for your bracket. All right, so now you're going to take your wall bracket and your tensioning bracket. And I'm going to set my tensioning bracket aside for a second while I line up the positioning of my wall bracket. What I'm going to do is feed the cable down through it. And you want the top of this to be lower than the bottom of your hem bar so it doesn't hit it when you come down. In our case, our bottom of our hem bar is going to be with the top of our sill. So I'm going to line this up with the bottom of our sill just to give it a little extra space. So positioning up and down is going to be right about there with the bottom of the sill. And then positioning left to right, I usually start with my hem bar down here, as you can see, so that it gives me a good eyeball on this hole. And I want the cable to be centered in that hole. So that's our center position. And then centered on our holes in our bracket. Again, realign it up and down, and you've got your wall bracket position that you're going to mark. And you're ready to mount it. All right, so now that you got your holes marked, you can mount your bracket. And take this. My marked hole. Make sure it's good and tight. And then what you're going to do is take your tensioner and you can put that into your bracket. You can notice on our system it's flat on 2 edges, and the bracket also has that, so you don't need 2 wrenches to tighten, which is kind of nice. It just slides in there and then it won't turn. So you're going to just put this nut on there, loose like that for now. And then this catch nut here, I loosen that as far as I can, so that I can feed the cable down through. This is a one-way cable catch. So you're going to feed that cable down through and hold that up as high as you can. And it's holding. You can see I can't pull that cable back out right now unless I press down on this to release it. Then I can pull that cable up all I want. As I let go of that, it grabs it and won't pull back out. So now you're going to want to tighten this top nut. And what that's going to do is make it so you can't compress this and release the cable. So tighten that down, which then gets you ready to tighten the cable with a 9/16 wrench. To do that, you're going to just tighten the nut. And it should start coming down. I kind of help it a little bit with my hand at the top here sometimes. Just keep rotating. There's a little bit of a trick to this. I'll pull out on the cable and tension this a little bit more, because the key thing is as you tighten this, it's gripping into that cable. So I pull out, tighten that top nut again. You can see that actually loosens the cable a hair. And tension some more here. Kind of go back and forth with that same process until this won't tighten anymore. Down again, tension some more. And that's pretty good. You just kind of feel a hand tight. It doesn't have to be super tight. It's just going to keep the weight bar from blowing around in the wind. All right, now you've got your cable installed on your Express screen. You can actually come back and trim this extra tail off. I usually leave about a 1/4 inch sticking below, just so in case you have to come back and service it at all, you get a hold of it with a pair of pliers. Just trim with pair of cutters of some sort, cable cutters or just side cutters, doesn't matter. Feels good. You can test it out by cranking it. Run her down to there. Make sure it doesn't hit here. And then run it up and you're good to go.